Hi everyone, good evening. I am doing my holiday glam tutorial with an inspiration from Pinterest. I am starting with my brows and I'm using the Bobbi Brown Brow Definer Brow Groomer double-ended brush. By the way, the music in the background is a little chipmunky. I'm trying to speak over it because I shouldn't have played music in the background. I apologize for that. So I love starting my looks with brows. I know a lot of people do everything differently. I love starting my looks with brows because I think brows give you a great beginning foundation for eye looks, makeup in general. There's my Bobbi Brown brush. I love this brush. NARS Defining Cream in El Jus. And then I'm going in with my Shape Tape and my mini brush, Morphe M152, and then I am blending in that highlight to the brow to shape it and outline it so that these brows are on fleek. Everybody loves brows on fleek. So I try to get my brows as natural as I possibly can because I feel like some brows are super blocky, some brows are super long. So I try to keep it, with color, very shaped, but also looking somewhat natural. I do a lot of blending. I love, love, love blending. It's one of my favorite things to do. And so I hope you're enjoying it so far. I feel like my looks end up somewhat like the inspiration that I pick for my looks, and some of them, veer off. I feel like we all add our own personal spice to looks. So, gonna keep going on the blending here. I'm really hoping that I'm able to speak loud enough over top of this music in order for everyone to hear me. I am going in with the NARS Tinted Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base in shade Medium, which the light was a little too bright. You couldn't see it, wouldn't focus. And I'm going to blend that in with M224 Morphe brush, which I got a few of in my James Charles Morphe brush set that was a great buy. I have bought the Jaclyn Hill and the James Charles, highly recommend. The James Charles one actually gave me a few more brushes in the set. Some of them were like 3 of each, some of them were 2 of each, which I really liked because I was able to put them into my kit so that I can use them on other people and I can still have at least a set for myself, which was great. So yeah, just blending in that eye base, getting it really good and prepped. It does dry matte. It's really good for blending. I don't have to put a powder over top of it. And I'm going to go in and start blending the shade Punch Me from the James Charles Morphe palette. And the Morphe brush is M504. Doing that in a windshield wiper motion, kind of flicking it out to the side. There's the Punch Me color that I just pointed to, which I actually looked like somebody punched me halfway through this look when I had to leave and go do laundry, which was awesome. Doing it in the windshield wiper motion, pulling it out to the side because I want that nice outer V without having to do any winged liner. I really, really love this color as a transition shade. It is a beautiful natural transition shade. A lot of people think that the James Charles palette ended up being super bright. Here we are starting with the shade T for my outer corner and the Chanel eyeshadow blending brush. I really love Chanel brushes. I worked for Chanel for a while. This is one of my favorite brushes, and this is actually a newer brush. I'm going in and making that outer V a little bit more defined with that darker color. Like I said, that color is T from the James Charles Morphe palette, which I'm totally in love with. It is another amazing buy. The colors are beautiful. Even though they look a little bright, you are able to tone them down. He does have the natural side at the top, the more natural side at the top, and then the bottom is full of color and shimmer and just gorgeous, gorgeous gorgeous look inspiration. The whole palette is just drop dead gorgeous. So if you were thinking about it, go buy it. It's not a thought that should cross your mind twice. Just blending that in really well because I want that outer corner to look really softly blended, but still that outer B, that dominant outer corner. So now that I am finished with that part, maybe I'm not finished. I'm going to do some more blending. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the shade Benny to make that outer corner a little bit deeper, and we're going in with the Morphe brush E17, which I held up. I did fast forward a lot of these pieces because I do a lot of blending, so it does take some time to get everything perfect. For me, I'm a perfectionist, so everything takes a little bit more time. But I love doing this look. Now I'm going in with the shade Mary in the middle of my lid, blending into my outer corner. And I actually went over top of it with You're Kidding. In that middle area again. Trying to get that nice glittery finish to that, which I ended up blending a couple of different reds. I know for sure. I did 2 matte reds, and then I did two of the shimmer reds out of the James Charles Morphe palette, and I'll be pointing to the shimmery reds in just a moment. I used You're Kidding and Literally. And then I went into my Huda Beauty Nude palette with my finger and chose the shade Excite, and that is exactly what it did. It made my eye look so much more exciting. This glitter made me die when I was in the middle of doing it, when I realized how dramatically sparkly it was in that middle, and that's exactly what I wanted from it. So I got the payoff that I needed. Now I'm going in with my Ace Beauty Grandiose palette and one of my Kylie brushes. She doesn't name her brushes, so it's just a corner brush, and I use the shade Jasmine. And then I went back into my James Charles palette and used the shade Face. Nope, I used the shade Ring Light. I apologize. It was the shade Ring Light to go over top of the Jasmine highlight that I was putting in that inner quarter in there. And then I'm taking some more of the Excite left on my finger and blending it into that highlight just to make it blend evenly. I'm then going in with my Bobbi Brown liquid eyeliner from last year's holiday collection, which I rarely use, in the shade Oro, which is like a silvery gold. It's gorgeous. And throwing in some accent liner where the cut crease area is so that it makes it pop. I'm really one to change up and make a look my own, which I definitely loved doing this look. This was a super fun look to change up and make my own. I feel like I followed some of my inspiration, but then I went off the track and discovered wonderful things. So the final product of that ended up being kind of winged out and very accented. I love that when my eyes were open, you could barely see it, and then when I looked down, oh, my camera stopped working when I did my complexion. So I did my complexion without being on camera. And then I got back on camera and went in with my Ritual Baked Blush Bronzer by Laura Mercier, as you see me applying that right now. My highlight was the Cover FX Nova Drops, and then I put the color from Morphe James palette Face over top of it, which definitely made it even brighter, and I loved the wet effect that it gave it. It was absolutely beautiful. I used Laguna bronzer And I do my face pretty much like my complexion, pretty much the same every time I do it. Oh, that accentuated chin highlight there was for Amanda, whom I work with because she hates chin highlight. And then I'm going in with my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I am a total mascara junkie, and sometimes I don't like to wear lashes, so I have found that lately this mascara just gives me great volume and length, and I can build and build and build, and I don't have to worry about it getting clumpy or crazy. So it's really been an awesome add to my collection. My best friend gave it to me, and because she didn't like it, and I love it. So, you know, what doesn't work for other people works for me. Not really. Sometimes things don't work for other people and they don't work for me either. But this product just so happened to work for me. I hear a lot of reviews about it drying out too fast, and this particular tube has been with me for over a month. Now I am taking the shade Daddy, and I'm going in with my E17 brush, which I used to apply it as a drop shadow. And then I'm going back in with more inner corner highlight so that I can transfer it down to the bottom after I did my concealer. By the way, my concealer is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Light Sand. I use that for all of my highlighting and concealing needs for the moment because that's what matches. Go back in with my mascara on the bottom. And then the Kohl Liner by NARS in Minorque is amazing for tight lining. In this video, I did it for my lower waterline and for tight lining and putting it into my lashes to close that gap between lashes and upper lid. And this liner is the only liner that I can find that does not have a huge transfer to it. And then I'm going in with my MAC High Drama Retro Liquid Lip, which had like a more purpley tone to it, which ended up working out for this look. However, it was not the color that I had envisioned when I started the look, but I ended up loving it. For face details, I did the La Mer Soft Fluid Foundation, which is an amazing full coverage foundation. I love it. And then I went over my whole face and set my under eye with the La Mer powder, V powder. So, yeah, it's amazing stuff. And for my nose contour and my deeper contouring, I use the Le Beige's powder N40 for just some better stuff. So thanks. I hope you guys have a great night.